Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast where I am slowly looking for a new job. Not like
Yeah.
seriously, like I don't like need a new job, but I'm
Mm-mm.
looking.
Yeah, we're just looking around. Like,
Looking
when
around.
you go into a store and someone's like, "Hey, you need help looking for something?" and you're just like, "I'm just looking."
I'm just looking.
That's what we're doing. We're just looking.
Yeah, I just need some more mental stimulation.
Yeah.
I feel like I can only first off with this job I'm currently in, I don't see what my career growth would be and I'm not getting paid enough right now, so
Mm-mm.
need some there. Secondly, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Completely like watching two seasons of a show bored in a week.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
bored.
nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. There's going to start being stuff to do later, but like it's there's how many of us are there? There's six of us splitting up all that work. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be that hard.
Yeah.
It I'm still going to watch at least one or two movies a day.
It'll add maybe another hour of work for you, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. And you may be saying, Jordan, you're getting paid to do nothing but sit at an office and watch movies, and you get free food and blah, 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 blah. That is all true. That is all very, very,
Yes,
very
that
true.
is very true.
But I have to wake up super early to get
Yeah.
to this office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in a like chair that's not very comfortable.
They're never
I
comfortable.
no. Watching movies all day gets a little boring.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to see what else is out there.
Yeah. We're just looking for maybe a little bit more work.
hmm Not as much as I
'Cause-
had in my old job, but more than
No.
I have now.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe like 4 hours of steady work and
hmm
then maybe the rest of the day super chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I'm
That's
super
what
bit
that's what we're
like
looking
I'm
for.
busy in the morning. I have
Mm-hmm.
my lunch. I wrap up the work after lunch, and then I have like 2 or 3 hours of like chill time. Maybe I
Yeah.
answer like a few emails here and there, like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
hmm Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it is February 12th, and I've watched 125 movies this year.
Yeah. This this man goes through movies like it's nobody's business.
Like it's nobody's business.
I am shocked every time he asks me to guess how many he's watched in a week or
And
like
that
at any part of the month. Yeah.
and that number is with me not really having watched any movies this week. I watched two seasons of a show all week.
Yeah.
Like if I had watched movies, it would have been way more than that.
Way more than that.
Way
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah. We need something a little more.
Yeah, like I need to have my brain stimulated.
Mm.
I'm a secret genius, so I need stimulation.
I'm too smart for my own good. I need
I'm too
something to
smart.
do.
I'm too smart for my own good. So how was your week, Kelly?
It was all right. I found out that I want to fight my new coworker. Um,
Fun.
yeah, that's fun. She is a very interesting character, I will say. And
Sounds
let
like
me,
it.
yeah, I'm just going to say that her 30-day review, which is coming up, I think this week or something, it's going to go very interesting for her. I'm just gonna say. I'm just that's just the vibe that I'm getting.
Well, for anyone interested, Kelly's job will probably be hiring soon.
I get great benefits, and that's probably about it.
That's it. That's it.
Retirement,
Yeah.
but
My job should be firing and hiring someone else, but they
yes,
won't
they
for some
should.
reason.
Bro, at this point, I'll take her job.
I I don't think she's ever gonna lose that job, and I don't know why.
If they haven't fired her yet, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's
for
that's
anyone
all I'm gonna say.
asking, there is a girl at my job who is always late.
Always.
Always late. That's if she even comes to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess.
Yeah. And he's been telling me this for months that
For
she'll be
months.
coming in late, a couple hours late. By the way,
Yeah,
we're not saying like 30
like
minutes
she,
late. We're saying a
yeah,
couple
it's
hours.
not 30 minutes late. It's not even an hour late. She will come
Mm-mm.
in at like 11.
Yes. Yeah. And so if you're shocked right now, we're shocked
Yeah,
because she has not been fired or like gotten in trouble.
yeah.
So,
When she first started, no, not when she first started. Like she was here before us.
mhm.
When like my group of people came in, um, at the beginning, I would like
Mhm.
cover for her until she burned me
Yep.
one day. And so now I don't
Yep.
cover for her, but also no one ever asks where she is now.
Yeah. Yeah. So at this
And
point,
I'm like, just ask me. Like I'm not
I
caring
will
about her
gladly.
anymore. I will gladly tell you that she is not here.
Yeah. And that she is not coming in at all today. I
Yeah.
will gladly tell you.
That's it. She even tells us that she's not coming in.
That's honestly, that's the part that gets me. Like, it's the
Hmm.
if she tells anybody she's coming in.
It's a
So that's
mess.
just insane to me.
And then she's like weirdly had COVID like 3 times, and I'm like, no, you haven't. Like I haven't even been here a year. There's no way you've had COVID
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, there's no way in heck that you've been exposed that many times. Because I've been exposed and I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I've never gotten it. I've been exposed 3 times and I've never gotten it.
I mean, let's backtrack.
How?
We are the statistical oddity,
Yes,
but
but
she has not gotten it 3 times.
yeah, there's no way.
There's no
In
way
a year,
in a
no.
year. Absolutely not.
In that case, she would probably be dead because of how weak her immune system is.
Right, and depending on how she reacts to COVID, she should be weak still.
Yes, she comes in perfectly fine. I don't think she's
Mm,
ever had COVID.
no,
Actually, that's not true. When I first started, she had like a persistent cough.
so she might have. She might
So
have actually gotten it.
she might have had COVID once,
Yeah, just once though.
just once. But yeah, anything else going on, Kelly?
Um, Not really. I am just dying from allergies right now. I know it's like too early to be allergy season, but there is a particular kind of tree that grows where I live that just releases pollen like it's nobody's business. And
Mm,
it's been very windy, like 20 plus mile an hour winds windy. And so every time I'm by an open window or a door opens, immediately I'm just dying. So, yeah. I woke up feeling like death itself and I couldn't breathe. So, yeah.
yeah, I've been on Flonase because I told my doctor that I think I have a deviated septum. He was like, "Oh," and so he looked at my nose. He was like, "Oh, I don't know what it's called. Look like swollen." And he was like, "Try Flonase," because he was like, if he's like, I can't see either way if you
Hmm.
have a deviated septum. And he was like, and if you do, the only way to fix it is through surgery. And I was like, okay. And so I tried the
Yeah, that is
Flonase.
true.
I haven't been sneezing as much, but I still think I have a deviated septum. So
Honestly, you just might.
I know I do. It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. We
Does
we
does
we
that mean
still live.
does that mean I get a free nose job if like I do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't
And
want a
then we
nose
can
job, but like good to know.
But if you get it, then we can be like, oh my gosh, you got like a nose job, and you can be one of those people that will be like, I've
Yeah.
never had a nose job. What are you talking about?
Like, no, I didn't have a nose job. I had a deviated septum. They just fixed my deviated septum.
Make a big deal out of it every year.
Like, have you seen Glee? Have you seen Glee? There is an episode
Right.
of Glee.
You got a boob job. No, I'm just kidding.
Uh, yeah. But let's all pray for Kelly.
Yes, I'd like to breathe again, and I
Hmm.
need my ears to pop because I am just dying. Thank you. How about you? What's going on for you?
Um, yeah, like I said, boring, boring at work, and all I ever do is work. So it's been a boring
True.
week. I am finally back in my house though.
Yes, that is true. He has
Yeah,
returned.
I miss my bed so much, so much. She and I have been very well acquainted this week, and so well acquainted that on Thursday I went to bed at 9:30.
Yeah.
I went to bed at 9:30. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep," and I
Yeah.
don't regret it.
And he'd do it again.
I do it again.
Yeah. We
I
are one
all
of those people that if we're tired, we're going to bed.
If I'm tired, I'm going to bed. I'm so sorry. I don't
It
care
does
that
not matter what time it
I
is.
don't care that I'm young. I'm going to
Yeah, I
bed if
don't.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz like we go out. We go out,
I go out
but
once
we
a
will be
month.
going home.
Uh-huh. But I
We
will be
will
going
be
home.
going home. That is how we roll.
There's nothing I love more than home.
Yes.
I never sleep right other places. It doesn't matter how
No.
comfortable the bed is. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
if I'm in a tropical locale. Like I was in Costa Rica in this giant luxurious jungle with this great bed. I didn't sleep as well as I do at home.
We just like the comfort, okay? You
Yeah.
can't fully relax
I, I
the way you can relax at home.
I have a theory it has something to do with criminal like instincts, like back to the caveman days. I have like a feeling.
Your caveman brain is like, need home
Yeah,
now.
like
Rest.
you don't truly feel safe unless you're in your home. I have a theory. I have a theory. I'm writing a dissertation as we speak.
You can catch his TED Talk next year.
Next year. Yeah.
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 We need time to plan, but it will be happening.
It will be happening. Oh, also, I have a little movie, like a mini little movie review. Last
Okay.
night I watched Your Place or Mine. Is that what it's called? The like Ashton
Yes.
Kutcher, Reese Witherspoon movie. Um,
Did you watch the whole thing?
it wasn't bad per se, but
I
it
mean, what you
all
were saying last night, it was
mm, but look, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't get it either.
it was missing a few components.
Yeah, it was missing the rom from the rom com,
Yeah.
and honestly, it was also kind of missing the com. How did you have a rom com with two people in two separate places the entire movie? Like they do not actually interact with each other, like physically, until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
It sounds ridiculous,
It
honestly.
it was ridiculous.
I mean, that's have you've seen Sleepless in Seattle, right?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
okay. Well, that's kind of like the same thing. They're Tom Hanks and
Is that one of the Sandra Bullock ones? No,
no,
no.
no. It has
Oh,
Seattle in the title, but it's a different movie. It's the one with Tom Hanks and what's her name from You've Got Mail.
Meg Ryan again?
Yeah, they've been in a couple movies together.
Jesus. Okay.
But yeah, they're in separate states and they don't even know really about each other until the end of the movie.
Oh, I don't like that. No,
I'm
no,
gonna have to make you watch it then.
no. It's not. It's not for me. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get how you can fall in love with someone and not physically be there with. I don't get it. There's a
Yeah,
cognitive dissonance that's not going to me. I don't get it.
yeah.
That's why I've never understood people who like fall in love with like people online. I'm like, how?
Yeah, I can't
I'm like, you
I
don't actually
can't
know this
understand that.
person.
Right, you know what they tell you.
Like, I don't get it. But
Also, I feel like the connection can't be real until you meet somebody.
until
That's
you
just
meet
me.
someone, like you
That's
have
just
to be
me.
there. You have to like talk
Yeah.
face to face.
Yeah. I don't care if we FaceTime. That's not the same. That's a
It's not the
phone call.
same.
I have to
No.
I have to see you. I have to be able to touch you physically.
Yeah.
We have to be in the same room together. I can't fall like how do people do that?
I
How
don't
do you fall
know.
in love with somebody without actually seeing them
I feel like
in
the
person?
instincts are like off if you're like talking through like computers or phones or whatever.
Not saying that you can't build friendships offline. That
Yeah.
can happen. But like falling in love with
Falling
somebody?
in love?
Yeah, that's different. I feel like that's different.
I feel like that's why there's so many relationships not working. Y'all need to physically be together to
Yeah.
see if it like clicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
This is why
Uh,
we're never meeting anybody online.
This is why I'm going to be single for the rest of my fucking life.
Yes, same. Same. Same.
Oh well.
Oh
That and the
wow.
fact that like I don't know any young people,
Yeah.
really. Everyone in
Mm-mm.
my job is like old as shit except for like the people I directly work with.
Yeah.
And then
But
everyone else
even
is like 40 and they have like 3 kids and like houses. And I'm like, I don't relate to you.
no, honestly, I don't know if there's something in the water out here, but all the people my age, they're either married or they're in a relationship with a kid. And I'm just like, excuse me?
Ew.
Like all the people my age, one of my coworkers in my unit, she has a child with her partner. And I'm just like, when did you have the time to he's how old?
Almost
Like
all of my
when did you
cousins
have the
have
time?
children now. Almost all of my
Oh
cousins
yeah.
have children now, except for 2 of them. No,
None
3.
of none of my cousins have started having kids yet. Well, no, that's a lie. One of them is now pregnant, but that is saying something that only now is one of them getting pregnant. I'm just like,
Oh, girl, I have cousins with like 2 children. I don't know
oh no,
how
oh no,
how your family got away unscathed with the baby fever. I feel like
oh
one person got pregnant and then immediately everybody else was having children.
oh no. We've had oh no 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 yeah no right. My one of my cousins had one baby 2 years ago. That was a fluke, and then only now one of my other cousins got pregnant. So yeah, we've our family just does not get baby fever.
Good for y'all. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, baby fever. In my family, once it starts, it's like a boulder going down a hill. It just speeds up.
It's flat and then it's immediately drop off
Like
into
I'm
baby
literally
fever.
going to a baby shower in 2 weeks for another
Yes,
one
you
of my
are.
cousins. Like rolling hill.
Yeah. So when will you be infected with baby fever?
Never. Like literally everyone always asks me and I'm like, I'm not having kids. I don't know. And then they always do that thing. They're like, "Oh, you'll change your mind." I'm like,
You'll change your
"No,
mind when you meet the right
no,
person.
no, I
No.
won't.
No.
No."
Thank you, but no. I'll leave that to the rest of my cousins who get it.
Like I see how miserable your lives are. I don't want that.
I see y'all handing me your baby.
Yeah, I'm sitting here holding your baby, and you're talking about when am I gonna have a kid? Hell
Y'all be
no.
y'all be coming to me saying, "I need 10 minutes. Hold this child."
Yeah,
That's
we're
all you'll be
sitting.
getting from me.
Yeah,
10,
we
10
just we
minutes.
just did shots, and then you handed me your baby, and now you talking about when are we? When am I gonna have a baby? Take your baby back.
No.
I'm gonna do more shots. What you talking about?
You know, baby, I'm having this shot over here.
This
That's what
shot.
I'm
This is
having.
my baby.
Yeah. Sorry. Take your kid back.
Ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, we have 2 different families because
Yeah, we really do.
it is not slowing down over here.
No,
I
y'all
keep
y'all a
I
little
keep
baby
hearing
factory.
I keep hearing about like birth rates going down. I'm like, not in my family.
Yeah.
Not in my family.
It's like I think you skipped a family. I think you need to
Like
get some numbers over here.
like my family is pumping out kids
Like it's
like
nobody's
it's
business.
nothing. Like every time Christmas comes around, I'm having to buy more and more gifts. I'm like, I can't do this.
I need
I
more and
can't.
more money
I
if y'all
can't. I
gonna
don't
keep
make
having kids.
money for this.
No. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, though. Christmas, and birthdays. They just keep popping up. All these
Oh, I'm not.
children, and
I
you're
don't
like,
do
what the heck?
birthdays. No, no. One of my cousins' children had a birthday 2 weeks ago. I didn't go to that. I'm not doing that.
I send cards. That's as far as I get.
Like I let my mom and my sister go. I was like, I'm not going to that. It was at Pump It Up. I was like, I'm not. No, no.
Wow, those still exist?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Wow. Because like I know, like I had one in my small town for like a very long time. I think
Lawsuits
it's
waiting
still
to
there.
happen.
But
Lawsuits
yeah,
waiting to happen.
unfortunately.
I Last year I went to a birthday party at a trampoline park, and a
Hmm.
child was like, "Did I? I'm pretty sure I told this story on
Yeah,
this
I think you
podcast."
did.
But a child was like, "Wow, you can jump really high for how old you are," and I was like, "I was 24. I was like old."
You're like, oh, I'm about to smack down a child.
Yeah, so I'm done with birthday. I'm done with children's birthday parties. I can't. No, 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 no.
Yeah. I think the only things I will really go to are like baby showers. And even then, sometimes I'm like, no
Oh, I
thanks.
hate baby showers.
I
I
just
mean,
like
I'll
I like the
I'll
part
still
I like the
go,
part when they
but
open gifts and like all the women are just like, "Oh my god, you're so cute." Like it's like that's the part that's funny to me.
I still go to baby showers, but I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. Just send out a list of gifts you want. Just have everybody send you a gift. We all know this is what this really for anyway. Just send out a list
Yeah,
and be like, send me the
true.
stuff.
True. Be realistic.
But yeah. Okay, Kelly. We've been talking for like 30 minutes.
I
Let's
know.
get into this movie. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna cut.
I
Let's
know.
get into this movie. So this week we are talking about Escape Room. I don't know what year this came out. 2019? Is that
20,
it?
2019, yes.
Because there are several
There
others.
are multiple. I didn't
There,
know there was one before it. There's one that came out in 2017.
there's
Did
two
you know
that
that?
came out in 2017.
Was
That's
there?
in my movie facts. There are two that came out in 2017.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But yeah, let's get started. So
Yes.
our movie starts off with a man falling into a room where he has to solve a puzzle as the room begins to like close in on itself.
Hmm.
We then see he's being squished and he screams as we cut to black. We then go to Chicago 3 days earlier, and a girl named Zoe is in class, and we see that she's a very shy girl,
Hmm.
and she also looks like significantly younger than everyone else.
Yeah. Like she looks like a freshman, like a young freshman.
Yeah, and everyone else looks like they're seniors.
Yeah, like I don't know what year she's supposed to be, but she looks very young for it.
She looks very young. And I think she's in like a physics class, maybe. I don't know. They were
Yeah.
talking about differentials and other stuff I don't
I
know
never made
about.
it that far.
I took a physics class in high school, but like it wasn't that it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that
Mm, yeah.
robust. It was a
Yeah.
very narrow view of physics. Like it was pretty much just a math class. If I'm being
Yeah.
completely honest, it was pretty much just a math class. And so after class, her professor tells her that she needs to go out and do one thing that scares her over Thanksgiving break.
Hmm.
And so we also meet a stockbroker, I believe. He was talking about stocks. So I'm going to say he was a stockbroker.
Yeah. Or some kind of manager for people's money.
Yeah,
Something like that.
something like that. He's named Jason, and we immediately see that he's kind of an asshole.
Kind of.
He, I'm being nice. Uh,
Okay.
we then meet the guy from the beginning of the movie, and we find out that his
Mm.
name is Ben. And we see
Ben.
that he's like a stock boy at like a grocery store or something.
Hmm.
And he asks his boss for a job up front, which
Yeah, as
I
a
which
cashier.
which I assumed was a cashier, but then later on we learned something. It's a different position.
I don't remember that.
At the end of the movie, it's a different position, Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a cashier.
It's not.
So I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, but his boss tells him no
Mm-hmm.
because him being out front would be bad for business, and we don't know what that means yet.
No, we don't.
And so each of them receives a puzzle box that, when they solve it, gives them an invitation to participate in a new escape room and possibly win $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what would happen if you couldn't solve it?
Yeah. What? I don't know.
Like, they're putting a lot of trust in people's intellect with this
Yeah,
box.
they really are. You just don't show up?
I guess not. I guess they're just down a person. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
oh
You
well.
they gotta be like, wait, we had someone cancel? Send out another box. Send out another box.
Right? We never got an RSVP. Bring in the
we
spare. Bring in the
we got
spare.
6 hours. They have to figure it out in that time.
Oh, we have to change one of the rooms. We have to change one of the rooms.
Yeah. Get me all the information.
And so everyone arrives to the building, including a woman named Amanda, a middle-aged man named Mike, and a like younger man named Danny.
Yeah.
And they all go inside and they sit in a waiting room after giving up their cell phones and what else did they do? Oh, giving their like identification to like verify that it was them.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. And so they all sit in there, introduce themselves when Ben tries to go out to get a smoke and he breaks the doorknob. And
Hmm.
so Danny, who is like an escape room like enthusiast or whatever,
Enthusiast.
he realizes that they are already in the escape
In
room.
Yeah.
And so everyone goes looking around for clues. And after Zoe sees the book Fahrenheit 451, she turns the dial on the door from where it was broken,
Hmm.
and the room begins to heat up.
Ah.
Ah. And so they go to ask for a hint from the receptionist, but then
Hmm.
they realize that the person is not real.
Nope.
And so Zoe finds a key, and when they open the door to where the receptionist is, they receive a phone call that simply tells them to follow all the posted rules.
Which
When
there are none.
there are none. It's like the person who made this escape room did not understand how escape rooms work.
No, they really put a lot of faith in the fact that they would figure it out eventually.
Figure it out, or
I
just
swear,
not figure it out.
if Danny wasn't there, they'd just be stuck in that room.
They would have been stuck in that room just waiting for someone to come so that they could quote unquote start.
Yeah, nobody would have figured it out.
No one would have figured it out. And so when they put the phone down, it begins to heat up like even more.
Yeah.
And all the windows get like boarded up and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And so Zoe finds a sign that leads her to the coasters, and when she pushes one down, it like opens a door.
Hmm.
And so all the coasters need to be pushed down. So they use cups of water to hold them down and barely make it out because
Yeah.
Amanda drunk some of the water, so they didn't have enough
Yeah, they didn't
water.
have enough water.
Luckily enough, Ben was walking around with a flask, so he used it for the
Yes.
last cup, and
Yep.
they all narrowly get out before the room gets set on fire.
Yes.
Yikes.
These are death games.
And so, also, when they're getting out of this room, Amanda has like a panic attack in the
Oh,
exit, which
yeah.
looks like a air duct, I
Yeah, it's an
guess.
air duct.
Yeah, and so we see flashes of her being in war.
Hmm. She's got PTSD.
Yep, really bad PTSD.
Really bad. Yeah.
And so everyone is all freaked out, but Danny like assures everyone that they wouldn't be hurt. Like he was like
Sure.
he was like they probably said it so that as soon as I got out, it would do this. Like they wouldn't risk us
No.
getting hurt. I'm like
That's a bold assumption.
that's a bold assumption. Also, that timing thing has a lot of variables that I don't think you could
Mm-mm.
just come up with.
No, unless somebody is actually sitting at some switchboard being like, "Oh yeah, stop it
Now.
now."
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
And they'd have to be paying very close attention.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because like he said, they don't want lawsuits or anything. And if that was a
Yeah.
real thing, they would be pausing that way before you got out.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
Just
he's,
just so like they weren't playing with that game.
yeah. Because I wouldn't want to be sued for accidentally setting someone on fire.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And so everyone's still freaking out, but they end up in a cabin, and Amanda wants to leave, but there's like no way out.
Mm-mm.
And so she asks Danny for his phone because he snuck another phone inside.
Yeah, he did.
But there's no service. And so everyone looks for clues to get out of the locked cabin. And after Ben has a flashback of a car accident that he was in, he tells them that the code is Rudolph and it works.
Mm-hmm.
When they step outside, they're in what looks like a snow filled forest, and the cabin
Yeah.
locks behind them. It's really cold where they are, and so they begin looking for clues to get out, and they find a coat and decide to share it.
Mm-hmm.
After Ben falls into a fishing hole, Mike finds a fishing pole like in a tree.
Yeah, very random.
Like, why'd they put it in a tree?
Yeah. Also, there are for everybody who hasn't done an escape room, there are multiple puzzles and not all of them need to be solved
Yeah,
to leave. This escape room, you have to figure
you
out
have to
everything.
every single puzzle, otherwise
Yeah.
you're shit out of luck.
Because imagine if he saw that, because he sees the dog and he like points him to the direction of the pole. But what if he never even thought of that? Like to look in the direction it was looking. Because who thinks of that?
I guess they just would have been trapped.
Yeah, they would have been trapped.
And so they find the fishing hook and they're like, okay, we put it into this hole.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that while, what's her name? I didn't write her name
Zoe,
down. Zoe goes looking around and she finds a magnet inside of what was it, a bear? Coyote? What
a
was that thing?
bear.
A bear's like mouth.
Yeah.
And so they put the magnet down, take out a block of ice with a key in it.
Mm-hmm. Also, can I
How?
just say, when she stuck her arm inside the bear to get the weight out,
Hmm.
I literally thought of Saw, and like I'm like, she's never getting her arm back out.
Probably. Like I could see that being like a trick.
Yeah,
Like sure you get the magnet, but also you lose an
but
arm.
at what
Like
cost?
yeah.
Yes.
And so they pull out the key and they're like, okay, how do we get this key out of this block of ice? And so they ask if anyone has a lighter, and Ben, of course, has one because he's been smoking this entire time.
This whole time.
And so he throws his lighter across the water for them, and Danny goes to pick it up and falls through the ice,
Mm-hmm.
which, yikes. Um,
Yikes.
and they try to break him out of the ice, but there's like a pipe or something and a current that's like pushing him along. And so
Yeah,
he drowns.
he drowns.
He drowns.
Yeah.
And so everyone tries to blame Ben for some reason.
Yeah, like I don't know what that whole gang up was.
Yeah, it
I
was
really
so
didn't
weird.
get it.
They started ganging up on Ben, and I was like, he didn't do shit. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
he
he
was an
literally.
asshole for throwing the lighter, but
Yeah, and making him walk to get it, but
he didn't make him fall.
he
He
didn't
didn't
make
he
him
didn't crack
fall.
the ice.
Uh-uh.
And so they all realize that they need to get out by melting the ice with their hands before they freeze to death because it's like slowly getting colder.
Mm-hmm.
We also get a flash of Jason's past with him trapped on a boat with the exact same coat that is in that room.
Mm-hmm.
It's like on his like friend or whatever they
Yeah.
were. And so eventually they're able to get the key and are able to escape before the lake starts to like explode.
Mm-hmm.
The next room they go into is an upside down like pool bar. And
Yes.
so there's like music playing, and when the music stops, a piece of the floor falls out. It's like very musical chairs.
It is.
Yeah.
Very stressful musical chairs.
And so they have to look for clues to find a
A
like
code to a
code
lockbox.
for a lockbox which has a key for them to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And so after everyone almost falls to their deaths, they
Mm-hmm.
eventually get the code. But Amanda, who has
Mm-hmm.
the 8 ball, which is the key, is
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of the room and there's no floor, and so she has to like try to get over. And as she's trying to get over, she accidentally falls, but she saves everyone by throwing them the ball
Yeah.
and inadvertently sacrifices herself in doing so.
Yeah, she does. That was sad, actually.
It was very sad.
I liked it.
Um, and so they use the ball as a key to get out of the room. Also, while all of this was happening, we have Zoe's flashback, and we see that she was like in a
Mm-hmm.
plane crash with her mother and
Yeah.
like watched her mother die.
Awful.
Yeah, and so we go to the next room, which looks like something out of Saw. Like, actually looks like
Yeah,
something out of
it
Saw.
does. Yeah. Yeah. Like, this is the point where I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, this is Saw now.
This is Saw now.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
and
surprised no
it's
one woke up in chains and has to saw their leg off to get out.
or like use a key or like have a key like that's behind their eyeball and like have to like scoop their
Yes.
eyeball out. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
And so this room is like a makeshift hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Jason truly starts acting like his true asshole self
Yes.
because
Yeah.
he starts
This
like
is where the assholery
belittling
comes out.
Amanda's sacrifice at first.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Who cares that she's dead? We're still here. Let's go." I was like,
Right.
"Whoa,
He's like, don't let her sacrifice be in vain. I'm like, you can still be sad about it.
you can still be sad." And so this room, everyone finds their hospital rooms from when they were in their individual accidents.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finally learned what everyone's accidents were.
Yes.
Jason was in a boat accident with a friend. Ben was in a car accident with some friends. That was his
Mm-hmm.
fault because he was drunk driving. Don't drink and
Yes, it
drive.
was. No.
Mike got caught in a mine cave in,
Mm-hmm.
and like he was the only person that survived. Tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe was, as I said earlier, in a plane crash
Yeah.
and also survived living in a jungle for a week by herself.
Yeah. So all these people are the sole survivors.
Yes. Oh, and we learned that Amanda was in a IED bombing,
IED. Yeah.
and Danny survived carbon monoxide poisoning.
That was his fault.
That was his fault?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
That's what she said.
Oh, I guess I missed that dialogue.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, so they're all sole survivors, and so Zoe realizes that they're trying to see who out of all these sole survivors is like the ultimate survivor.
Mm.
And so the room then starts a timer of 5 minutes before poison gas will fill the room. And so they find a clue that leads them to an EKG machine. And Zoe begins freaking out and smashing all the cameras.
Which
And
fair.
fair. And so Jason connects the EKG to Mike and tells him and like talks him into being shocked by electric paddles so that he could get his
Yeah.
heart rate high enough to like stop the gas.
Yeah. I don't know the reasoning behind that though. Why did they have to get it high enough?
They weren't even told they had to do that.
Yeah, they weren't even told it had to be high.
It
Because
just said
eventually it wasn't
it,
even a high number.
it just said that I guess the clue on the machine said that it had to be like an extreme or something like that. And so he was just like high, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Does he not know that too much electric activity in the brain can fry it?
Guessing not because he ends up
Okay.
killing Mike.
Yes, he does. He shocks him, and
He shocks him
his
like
brain is
three
overloaded.
times.
Yes, yes.
He shocks him once, his heart rate goes up to like 160, and he's like, again, and turns it
Yeah.
up, shocks him again. It still
Also,
doesn't work.
He's shocking him skin to paddle. You're not supposed to do
Yeah.
that because that'll cause
No.
burns on a person.
No.
So yeah, he was definitely just straight up killing this man.
He just was not thinking. And so after he has killed Mike, he's like, maybe it's the other extreme.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm just like, wait, but didn't Mike's heart just stop? Isn't that like the most extreme you could get
yeah,
to?
right.
Like, wouldn't that have
So
stopped the
it should have
machine?
worked.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But he puts it on himself and he slows his heartbeat down to 50 beats per minute and it stops the
Yes,
gas.
yes.
Or it doesn't stop the gas, but like it opens up a door so that they can
Uh
get
huh.
out.
Hmm.
But Zoe like refuses to leave.
Yes,
And so
she's committed.
she just continues smashing those cameras and then she just falls out and they leave.
Hmm.
Also, I need to talk about this EKG machine again because
Okay.
he's all like working very hard to get his heart rate down to 50.
Hmm.
I have to tell y'all something. My watch continuously tells me that my heart rate is too low. Like my heart rate like sits at like 45.
Jordan.
Yeah, my heart rate is like at 45. Anytime it goes below or anytime it hits 40, like it'll buzz me up like it'll be like your heart rate's too low and I'm like I'm fine.
Are you fine?
I am fine.
Okay.
I just have a low heartbeat rate.
Right. Okay. All
I'm
right.
I'm perfectly fine.
Okay.
So I would have killed that challenge.
Yeah, you really would have.
I would have put it on
You're
and be
like,
like,
move aside.
I'm like move.
Yeah, just
Done.
immediately relaxes.
But yeah, so Mike is dead, Zoe's dead. Next room.
Yes.
Mike and Jay Mike and Jason then end up in like a static room is the best way I could explain it.
Yeah. So the like you know how texture looks on a TV? That was what was printed on every single inch of space in that room.
Yes.
Yeah,
Plus
it
there
was
was
like
like
one of
an
those optical
actual
illusion.
plus there was like
Yeah,
an
there was an actual
actual
static TV
static
thing going on.
wall. Yeah. And so I don't know why this happened, but Jason like admits that he killed his friend on the boat so that he could have the jacket.
Ye- well, Ben kind of like talks him into it, like saying how convenient it was, and then Jason just admits to it.
But what I think is so funny is that someone like Ben, and like I'm not gonna belittle Ben and
Yeah.
say like he's dumb or something. Like I don't know
No.
Ben, but
Yeah.
like no one else was like, yeah, that story sounds a little suspicious.
Right. I mean, they're also dealing with a bunch of other stuff at the same time, so like there wasn't enough downtime to really think about it.
Whatever.
And then the fact that he killed not Ben, Mike in the other room, I think Ben kind of was like, "Oh, this man's
Oh,
killed before."
this man, this man has no problem killing someone because he literally just killed someone and just moved on. I was like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And so they have a very brief conversation about this
Oh yeah.
before they like notice like a hatch, and so they both open it.
Hmm.
And I guess there's some sort of like poison on the hatch door or something,
Yeah, it was covered in something, and whatever it is got into their skin,
and
and it
made them all
like
loopy.
poisoned them.
Yeah,
I thought it was like some kind of psychedelic drug thing at first.
but apparently it was a poison because they have to find an
Yes.
antidote in this
Yes.
like static room, and then they start like moving the floor to make it even more disorienting.
Yeah, I think I would have thrown up,
Yeah, and
honestly.
honestly, and so instead of just sharing this antidote, they both fight for it, and
Yeah.
in this fight, Jason, I guess, breaks Ben's leg, but Ben is also walking perfectly fine later, so I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was like a residual of getting his leg caught in the ice,
Yeah, maybe,
but maybe it was hurt then, and then whatever Jason did to it just made it worse.
maybe, but yeah. So they have their fight. Jason may or may not have broken Ben's leg. We don't know.
Yes, we don't know.
Ben pushes Jason, and for some reason, that kills him.
Yeah. He pushes him off and then he's just bleeding out.
And then he's just bleeding and dying. And
Yeah,
so,
I think he hit his head.
Ben gets the antidote, takes it, and leaves.
Mhm.
And then we end up in the room from the beginning of the movie
Yep.
before cutting back to the hospital room, and a cleanup team arrives, and a
Mhm.
still alive Zoe attacks them because she connected like a cord to the ceiling to get outside air.
I don't know how
Uh,
she did that.
don't know how she did that either.
Also, if she could connect a little thing to go outside and get fresh air, she could have broken whatever that was to get out.
Yeah. And so she's fine. She's not dead.
Yeah. Nope.
And she also gets a gun. Like she
Yeah,
knocks
there's a
them out.
random gun in there.
She knocks them out. All of a sudden there's a gun on the floor. She picks it up and she
Yeah.
leaves.
Very convenient.
Very convenient. And so Ben somehow gets out of his room. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, he like stuffs himself into the
Into the
fireplace.
fireplace, and somehow he lives that
Yeah,
way.
like I feel like they were planning on just killing everybody anyway.
Yeah,
Because whatever code that was supposed to work to get him out does not work.
does not work. And so also they didn't even give him enough time.
They did not.
Like realistically, they did not give him any time. Like as soon as he got
No.
in there, he noticed the puzzle and the room immediately started
Immediately.
collapsing.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
he
can he
was
look at it first?
right. He literally almost loses one of the clues that tells him how to get the numbers. And I'm like, could y'all just slow it down a little
Slow
bit?
it down like
Y'all didn't even give him
minute.
a second to look around the room.
Yeah, he got thrown in this room after being on whatever psychedelic drug you put him on.
Right.
He can barely walk. He like just noticed this puzzle, and then immediately it starts closing in at a very steady pace.
Yes. Like, y'all expect him to be coherent enough to do this?
Ridiculous. Maybe they were assuming Zoe would be the last one in
That's
there.
hilarious. They were like, yeah, we had it betted on somebody else, so it's
Yeah,
set for their speed.
yeah. So sorry, but you
So
got out.
sorry. Yes. Congrats.
Congrats. And so Ben goes out of this room, and he's greeted by the game master, the person like running this puzzle, who
Hmm.
congratulates him and tells him that he doesn't make the puzzles, the puzzle maker does,
Hmm.
and that the organization he works for created a like a sport for rich people to watch.
It's very Hunger Games.
Very Hunger Games. It's just like rich people wanted to watch poor people struggle, or not even
Yeah.
necessarily poor people, because like Jason's not
Jason,
poor,
no, Jason's not poor. I think it's
but
whoever they want in there, I
just like
guess.
whoever they want who is not them.
Yes,
Yeah.
essentially.
And so because they like crave excitement or whatever, because I guess regular things aren't exciting enough for them, and so
Right. Like hopping on your private jet and going to Bali for the month is not exciting anymore.
no, they need ridiculous puzzles that are almost unsolvable for any portion of the population.
Right. So if they're all rigged to never be solved, how is that fun?
Right? That's not
How is
fun.
that fun?
But whatever. And so the game master then tries to suffocate Ben for some reason, even though Ben like won.
Yeah, Ben technically won the game. He deserves his 10,000.
Doesn't matter if he wasn't the one you thought was gonna win. He still
Right,
won.
it doesn't. You still got your entertainment. Somebody needs to pay up. It's $10,000. It's probably chump change to
Yeah,
whoever's watching.
and so Zoe comes in like right before Ben is like gonna choke to death, and she shoots the game master.
Hmm.
And then after like a little tussle between all three of them, they kill the game master, and the two of them escape.
Good for them.
They take Ben to the hospital, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that, they return with the cops, but they find just like an empty warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they waited a whole 24 hours to go back.
Yeah. They nobody was sent out immediately.
And you want to know how we know it was 24 hours? Because when they're sitting in the hospital, the nurse mentions that they've been in that hospital for 24 hours and that Ben is
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Yeah.
And so I was like, y'all really waited 24 hours
4 hours. Yeah.
to go back to this warehouse.
Right.
And so you know what happens when they get back to that warehouse? Nothing is there.
No. It's empty.
It's empty. But I will say there are char marks over the room where the waiting room is, and I'm like, no one investigated that.
Right. And that's on purpose. You know it is.
Also, also this movie really just shows how useless cops are. Because they just come to
It,
this warehouse and it's like, there's nothing here. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
you didn't look up energy usage, you didn't look up like
Who
building
owned the
permits,
building? Yeah.
like who owned the building, like
Did
nothing,
you do your work?
like no detective work at all.
No.
Mm,
Mm.
cops are lazy.
Yes.
And so 6 months later, Zoe meets up with Ben, and because she's like she actually did some detective work, she
Yes, she
finds
did.
she
Good for her.
finds out who took them, and it's like a group called Minos,
Yes,
and
Minos.
she thinks that she found them in New York because they used their like symbol or whatever like triangulates to like a building in New York. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, there's something with math involved, but she figures it out.
She figures it out.
Good for her.
That's why she's still alive. Like she figures everything out. She's good.
Honestly. Honestly.
And so her and Ben are like, we're going to New York. Ben begrudgingly agrees to go to New York.
Yes.
Also, as we mentioned at the beginning of this movie, Ben finally got that job, like promotion at his
Yes.
job, and he's a sales rep
Yes, he is.
for this grocery store, not a cashier.
Not a cashier.
Not a cashier.
Because they really made it sound like a cashier.
They made it sound like he was going to be a cashier, but no, he's a sales rep for
Hmm.
like vegan dog food,
Vegan dog food,
which
yes.
is I think an oxymoron because aren't dogs carnivores? Whatever, or at least omnivores?
I don't
Whatever.
know.
Yeah, and so we then cut to a plane that is crashing, and the flight attendants are like solving a puzzle on the plane,
Hmm.
but they don't get it in time, and so the plane
Oh,
crashes.
yeah.
But it turns out this is all a simulation,
Hmm.
and it's like the puzzle maker making a puzzle for Zoe with a probability of survival of 4%.
Hmm.
But they're also not putting into place how intelligent Zoe is.
Yeah.
They're just using
Like
regular people
regular
to
people
solve
that
this
work
puzzle.
for the, yeah, that work for the company.
And I'm like, that's great in theory, but you're gonna
Yeah.
have to get some like smarter people to run this simulation.
Right, right.
Because
Right. Also, like,
it may be a
if,
4% chance for like me and you, but for someone as
yeah,
smart as Zoe, like she could probably have like a 15 to 20% chance for
right,
all we know.
right. Also, if you work at a, well, like a company that does these escape rooms and you're put into one, you're probably smart enough to know that you're in one.
Yeah, I mean they knew they were in one, but like
Yeah.
you probably know like how like your boss thinks.
Yeah. And also, Zoe's going into this totally blind. Like, I know
Mhm.
that's the whole point of that, of her not surviving, but
I feel like
you're
there's
not
an
even gonna give her
easier
a
way to kill
chance.
her. I feel like there's an
Yeah.
easier way to like if you want to kill her, just kill her. Like why go through all of this?
Right. Like, you literally have access to whatever it was that took down your whole building in probably less than 24 hours. You have the
Yeah,
means to just slip something into her drink and kill her
yeah, or just
and make
kidnap
it look
her.
like an accident. Yeah, right.
Just
I
kidnap
don't
her
know.
and kill her. But yeah, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, that is the end of the movie.
Okay, Kelly, you ready for the movie facts?
Yes.
Okay, so as we mentioned before, there are a lot of escape room movies.
Yes, there are.
So within a like 2 year span, there were four additional escape room movies before this movie even came out.
What?
There's two escape room movies from 2017, or there was three movies before this movie even came out. There were two escape room movies in 2017 and a escape room movie in 2018 called No Escape Room.
No escape room?
No Escape Room.
How come I've never heard of any of these?
I think I've heard of No Escape Room. I think I've seen it on Hulu. But those other two escape room movies, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I've never heard about any of these. I think I saw the 2017 one because I looked up Escape Room 2018
Hmm.
when I was looking for the movie, and I was like, "Oh, there's a 2017?
There's two of them. Yeah.
That's insane."
Next movie fact. Amanda, her last name is Harper's address on her driver's license is 5063 Camp Butler Road,
Mm.
Springfield, Illinois. This is the address to the Camp Butler National Cemetery. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
That's awful.
They were like, "Yeah, this woman's dying.
Yeah, they're
Let's."
like, we know it from the get go, so let's not play any games. She's done.
She's dead. Um, an alternate ending was filmed in which Zoe receives a clue hidden in a Sudoku magazine that leads her back to her professor's classroom. Once there, she discovers a check from Minos for $10,000 hidden in a compartment where her classroom seat is.
Mm.
She destroys it, but underneath it is her dead mother's compass. And so a microphone device then rises from the professor's podium, and a distorted voice speaks to her as the classroom door shuts, telling her a new game has started and she has 90 minutes.
I feel like that would have been cooler.
That would have been cooler. Yeah.
That would have been cooler than the ending that they put out. Because I kind of anticlimactic.
Each room is designed after each character's traumatic accident.
Mm-hmm.
The oven room mimics Amanda,
Yep.
surviving the IED blast, thus burns. The
Mm-hmm.
freezing room mimics Jason surviving freezing conditions for several days on a boat.
Yep.
The upside down room mimics Zoe surviving a plane crash
Mm-hmm.
where her mother and like the other survivors hung upside down.
Yep.
The poison room mimics Danny surviving carbon monoxide poisoning.
Which sucks because he wasn't even in
You
that
never
room.
even made it that far. The acid room mimics Ben surviving a car crash while he was under the influence of drugs slash alcohol.
Yeah.
And the compression room mimics Mike nearly being crushed to death in a mine shaft collapse.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
well, Amanda did her room, Jason did his room, and then Zoe did his room, and then Ben did his room.
yeah. Danny
Oh, and
never.
Jason did his room as well.
Jason did his room. Um,
Yeah. So it was only
D-
Danny and Mike that didn't do
Danny
their
and
own
Mike
rooms.
didn't make it to their rooms, unfortunately. Oh well.
Oh
After the death of five Polish teenagers killed in a real fire in a real life tragedy which occurred within an escape room in Poland, they pushed this movie back,
no.
which I completely understand
Yeah, that's awful. Oh my
because
gosh.
there is also a deleted scene in which a soccer team
Uh-huh.
like test out this, what is it called,
Room.
this escape room, and so they go into like the like fire room, the like
Mhm.
waiting room, and they
Mhm.
can't solve it and they all burn to death.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awful.
so obviously that was cut out of the movie. It
Oh
just made,
yeah, obviously.
yeah.
That's yeah, no.
And then my last movie fact is the name of the escape room company is Minos.
Mhm.
Minos was a Greek mythological figure, first king of Crete, son of Zeus and Europa, who
Mhm.
had a labyrinth built to put the
Yep.
Minotaur in.
Yep.
And every 9 years, he would send 7 boys and 7 girls into the Minotaur's labyrinth to act as the monster's food.
Hmm.
Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep.
Greek mythology's messed up.
Hmm. That's weird. So Kelly, is, do you think this movie is iconic?
um, I'm gonna say no.
I also put
I'm gonna,
no.
yeah, I'm gonna say no. Like, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it
It was
wasn't
pretty. It
bad.
was pretty suspenseful, but I feel like the undertone story of like there's some big evil man out to get survivors and whatever. I feel like that was such an add-on.
Hmm.
I feel like after they escaped the escape room, that should have been it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't whatever that whole thing at the end that tacks on and the ending of the movie just felt weird to me.
I mean, they were trying to get a sequel, which they got the sequel.
They did get the
I
sequel.
saw the sequel in theaters when like it came out. They
Uh-huh.
got their sequel, but did it need a sequel? No,
No. No.
no.
I think if they went with the alternative ending, I feel like that would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, the regular ending plays into the sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I feel like with the alternative ending, the sequel that we got would have been completely different.
Mhm.
But it all worked
Anyway.
out. Everyone
Yeah, it
got
all worked out.
everyone got a job. Several
Mhm.
people got to come back for a sequel. Some new
That is
people got a
true.
job. So it's fine.
Right. Like it's a good movie. I don't know if it's iconic though. That's all.
Yeah, it's not iconic, but like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Watch it. I think I gave it 3 stars on Letterbox.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, Kelly, what are your recommendations?
So I only have one recommendation this week, and it is a Ghibli movie called Porco Rosso. Um, I'm a big Ghibli movie fan, but I've just never seen Porco Rosso because it never looked interesting to me, and I finally watched it at work. And it's actually pretty good. I've loved the soundtrack for a very long time. And so I just decided to watch it, and I actually really liked it.
Okay.
It's not like the usual like Ghibli movie telling, I guess. I feel like it falls under like Princess Mononoke in storytelling, like it kind of comes out of left field, but it's a really good story. If anybody wants to watch it, go and watch it. It's a good movie.
Okay. Just that one?
Yeah, just the one this week.
Just that
I
one.
know you're gonna have
Okay.
like four to make up for me anyway.
That's so funny because I have exactly 4. Um,
Okay, yeah.
my first recommendation is God forgive me. This is a French name.
Oh,
Say Come Sa by Paramore. I don't know if I said that.
oh,
It's from their new album. I don't know if I said that
yes.
correctly. Most likely did not.
No.
I like that song. It was really good. It was really good. The album was good too, but I really like this song. So yeah.
Okay.
My second recommendation is I think it's an EP.
Okay.
Appetite for Disaster by Isla. No skips.
Okay.
No skips.
Ooh.
Great, 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 great. I love a good R&B album. Great.
Yes, we do.
Really enjoyed my time. My third recommendation is a show I've been watching. It's called Nikita. Great.
Yep.
It gives me sort of Dollhouse vibes, but not as good as Dollhouse.
Okay.
But it's scratching that Dollhouse itch.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
You know how much you love Dollhouse.
Oh, I love Dollhouse. It's about Nikita is about a like secret organization where like they kidnap young adults who are like on death row and force them to be like assassins.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Some of the storylines are dragged out way too long,
Mm,
but it's still good overall.
good.
I can't wait to see Nikita shoot Percy in the face. He deserves it. Can't wait.
Okay.
Oh, Amanda also needs her lick back. Like Amanda also needs to be slapped in the fucking face. But I'll
Oh,
talk
okay.
later.
Okay.
Yeah. So watch Nikita. My last recommendation is the Impossible Breakfast Sandwich from Starbucks. Why is it so good?
Why was I not expecting you to say that? That's hilarious.
Like everything about it is delicious. Like the
It is.
bread, the meat, the quote unquote meat. Uh,
Okay. Sorry about that.
the quote unquote meat is delicious.
Yeah.
It's a well-rounded breakfast sandwich, and I want them to sell it in stores. I want to
Ooh.
stock my freezer with it.
That would be interesting if they started doing that.
Please start doing that. It's so good.
I feel like if they did that with like a few select things off their menu, they would definitely sell.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're doing that Starbucks or Impossible Foods, whoever owns like the trademark to the sandwich.
Right. Right.
I need this in my home, and I need it in my home now.
Like you don't need any more money because you're Starbucks, but I would like it anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But that's all for me. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SY2II Podcast. Also, don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email,
Hmm.
sy2iipodcast at gmail.com. It's Black History Month. If y'all have any good movies, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. It's also, I think, what's that day? What's that day? Valentine's Day is coming up.
I love how you're like, oh yeah,
Oh,
this does exist.
by the time you
It'll
get
be
this
over.
episode, it will be over. Never mind. Fuck Valentine's Day. Um,
I mean, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, if you have any movies you want to send to us, you can at
Send
our
it.
email,
Yeah.
sy2iipodcast at gmail.com. Like, I don't hate a rom com.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna force Jordan to watch one.
I just watched one last night. I don't hate them.
Yeah. They just have to be good.
And please just be good. Thank you.
Hmm.
If we had planned better, our Valentine's Day movie could have been A Walk to Remember because I love that movie so fucking
Yeah,
much.
you do. You
But
do.
maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Or whenever we want to watch a really good rom com, we'll just do
Yeah,
it
or
now.
whenever I want to watch a rom com. I'm not in the mood right now.
No.
I've had my fill.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can also share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you
Hmm.
can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good rest of the very short Black History Month because they hate us. Um, um, be sure to donate to the people of I think it's Iran and Turkey who just had that earthquake.
Hmm.
I think there's like a city in Ohio that like a poisonous train like tipped over and like destroyed their entire city. Everyone go
What?
find out. If I can find some resources on that, I will add them to like our show notes.
Okay, what the heck?
See, Kelly didn't even know about it. So like,
Yeah, I didn't even know
yikes.
about it. What in the world?
Everyone be there. Everyone be safe. Everyone
Yes.
have fun. It's getting warmer. The sun is out.
Yep,
Today is Super Bowl Sunday,
that is
or as I
true.
like to call it, Rihanna's concert day. I don't care about football. Oh, that reminds me. I have to tell y'all. I watched Any Given Sunday on Friday,
Hmm.
and it's like a football movie. Like it's about like the business of football. I
Hmm.
was lost the entire anytime they started talking about like plays and stuff, like my eyes rolled to the back of my head. Like I don't get football at all.
Yeah.
I feel like any other sport, if you explain it to me, I'm like, yeah, I get that. Football,
Hmm.
never get it. I can never get
No,
it. It
yeah.
in one ear and out the other all the
There's
time.
There's something about downs and then ways you throw things, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I honestly don't.
like I don't know how their scoring system works.
Yeah.
Like
You're
I don't
asking the wrong person.
like I don't get how touchdowns work. Like some touchdowns are worth more points than other. I'm like, what does that mean?
And then if you decide to kick after, then you get 2 extra points.
Yeah, please explain it to me as if I'm a toddler because I don't get it.
Yeah,
Also, I can't
please.
endorse a sport where people keep getting like brain damage.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for
It's
me.
a dangerous sport.
It's
People keep
not for
playing it.
me. I will stick to baseball. I will stick to
Yes.
basketball. I will stick to during the summer tennis and swimming and or during the Olympics, tennis and swimming and track and volleyball and stuff like I can't I can't with football. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
It's not for me.
Not for me.
But for anyone who it is, like have fun. I hope you have fun. Hope your team won, whatever team you wanted. I was just rooting for
Do
San
you even
Francisco to
know?
lose.
Do you even know who's in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the I don't know their city Chiefs, right?
Kansas City. Kansas
Kansas
City.
City. No, no. Yeah, I know he's playing. Like I'm up. I'm hip.
I'm hip with the people.
I'm hip with the people. Hello, fellow children. Like I'm right there with you. I just don't care enough to learn about your game. I don't.
I've tried and it's never stuck.
When I was little, my grandpa tried to get me to watch football with it. I would just fall asleep. I don't like
Really?
football. No,
Dang. Jordan really said no.
no.
Will not hold my attention.
I can throw a football.
Yes, I can catch a
I can
football.
catch a football. I don't know anything about it
You want to
though.
throw together a game? I'm like, uh,
Um, like I
I don't
was
know how that works.
like I was watching any given Sunday, and like I was so confused about what the quarterback does. Like I know the quarterback like throws the ball, but also at some points he was like just running with the ball, and I was like, "What's happening?" I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's multiple functions and I don't know what any of them
I
mean.
don't know what your function is. And then like he had like running backs and something else and receivers, and I was like, "What's the difference?" They seem to both be doing the same thing. I because I think LL Cool J was a running back, and then some other black guy. I don't know his name, but like he lives in he's black famous. Like I know who he is,
Yes,
but I just
yeah.
don't know what his name is. He was like a wide receiver, and they seem to be doing the exact same thing in this movie. I was like, "What's the difference?
Right. I don't know, man.
What's the difference?" I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Y'all enjoy your little football day.
Enjoy your football game. I'm gonna watch Rihanna and then turn on a movie. I sorry. But yeah, either way, stay iconic.
Stay iconic, girl.
Bye.
Bye.